Hey, Royals, welcome back. Happy Friday Eve and happy Thursday for us because we haven't been here in a minute on a Thursday. I'm telling you, we party for Aquarius season. And straight through February, damn near. So I hope you're having a good week and you're ready for the weekend. I'm going to tell y'all about my day today because it's been some bullshit. However, tonight's topics are going to be on being dangerously in love because Jennifer Williams has lost her mind. That's my final opinion. I'm sorry. And then we are also going to have the hot topic of talking about LaTocha and her nice little remix apology.
All right.
But we'll have the co-host introduce herself first, and then we will get started.
Hi, girl. I don't be knowing what day it is.
It's Friday Eve.
I'm like, happy Thursday, everybody.
Jesus. So let me tell y'all. First, I got sick yesterday and thought I was having a heart attack. Something was wrong with my chest and my back. So yeah, that was one thing. Then the TV went out and I had to order a TV to be delivered. Didn't think about the fact that hubby works late and it can't get up the stairs. Anyway, that was a whole nother issue. Then they delivered it 8 minutes after I left the house. So I was all the way in LA by the time I saw it and had to hurry up and rush back. Then I just sat down and looked down at my wrist and my brand new tennis bracelet is gone. All I wanted to do was go out and run my errands on this Good Friday Eve so I could follow the rules of tomorrow. Right. And somehow it led me to McDonald's. I don't even eat McDonald's like that. I done got a craving from watching or doing Rosé's show yesterday and talking about McDonald's. Anyway, child, let me tell you. Let's start with opening by listening to what Tamika, we're going to hear it straight from the beauty queen's mouth. I think she's so pretty. I like her. But she actually went onto the Ricky Smiley show via the phone. You know, when you know people could pick up the phone and call them, which, by the way, is going to be my 2.0 hot topic. It's really irritating the shit that all these famous people are getting podcasts. Still very young. Huh?
I said for real.
No, it's greedy because if y'all want to do podcasts, why don't y'all come on some of our podcasts so that we can make money like y'all make money? I'm just saying it's at this point it's getting ridiculous and I don't like it. So I'm gonna do a whole topic on that because the greed is real. But let's listen to what Tamika's response was. What would your response be if you were them? If you know anything about Escape and know what the sister that stole the money did, and
then she still didn't take accountability to me. She didn't take accountability. You still didn't apologize or nothing. She didn't apologize to me. She didn't take accountability or nothing.
And y'all, unfortunately, of course, we can't play it. You have to go listen to it. Otherwise, it'll just get striked out. The only people that will hear it is if you're on the live right now. So I'm not even doing that no more. But here we go. Let's listen to what her response was from her actual sister. Here we go.
What up?
How are you? How are you? So
I'm good.
So tell me what your reaction is to this, because I called you. I was happy. I was like, everything finna be worked out. And you said,
you know what? My sister's voice is undeniable. You know what I mean? I always said that she was my favorite singer. She's going to always be my favorite singer. She definitely ate vocally.
Yes.
But in real life, I think it's a genius marketing strategy for her new music. It really is. We haven't, talked. She hasn't called me. My number's the same. The address is the same. So if this is real, sis, pull up. I'm cooking now. Pull up. Let's do breakfast. Because the last time I saw her at a family function, I was on the dance floor jamming. Her and my mom walks in, and when they saw me, they walked out. And that kind of touched me a little bit because I felt like that was the proper. I feel like, we around family. Time. And if any type of reconciliation, I felt like if she probably would have walked up to me, I probably would have just fell in her arms crying. But her and my mom, they walked out. So listen, my number is the same. Her number the last time I called her about the rumors and stuff. I was like, sis, forget what we're going through. I love you. We're going to get through this. I got cussed out. So, and then me and her started going back and forth on the text. And I was like, you know what?
Just forget it.
You know what? At the end of the day, I love you. I love you, and I'm praying for you. And I'm praying for her. I'm definitely praying for her mental. I'm praying for her. And I love my sister. Hands down. Y'all know I've always protected her.
Oh, yeah, we know.
And I will continue to protect her. Can't nobody say nothing about her to me. I love her. She ate on this Chris Brown challenge.
She ate. Oh, my God. She killed it. I never heard a girl do it, and she killed it. She absolutely killed it. Well, we're going to keep both of y'all in our prayers, man. We love both of y'all, man.
In the prayers,
absolutely.
Was in front of her house the other day. They ain't broke up. I wish that was true.
Oh! Wait a minute, what?
She said they ain't broke up.
It was like, I had some friends call and say, he was jogging in front of the house the other day. And I was like, well, it's cool, but let's just pray for her mental and just pray that we can get this back together. And, thank y'all so much for your.
I knew that sounded like a lie when she said her and that husband was broke up. I just did not believe that. I did not believe it.
I knew it. I knew it. Especially with her talking about 2 years. Girl, 2 years ago, you was still doing stuff. So you're a lie. I knew it. As soon as I heard it, first of all, I don't like stuff like that. To me, the same rules apply that we learned coming up. Where you act a fool at is where I'm going to serve you at. Ain't that what our parents told us? So you went on all of these tours and did all of these interviews. Even if you wanted to apologize in the same places where you tarnished their names, that would have been okay. But how you don't pull up to your sister first? And the highest thing, and then I'm going to let you talk because I could go back and forth. The highest thing for me, Ro, is that we watched her mom pick a side. And Mom, you still picking a side? You walked out with her? That's cold.
I wouldn't have nothing to say to them. And like I said, when I listened to it 2 times because the first time I was just listening to it because I always say, Tasha, she can sing. Like that girl, she could sing. So I listened to it the first time. Then I was like, let me listen to the real words this time. And I was like, she is not apologizing for anything. Like you're just making a song that like.
Oh, woe is me.
You was just doing a trend because you're still not taking accountability or nothing. Then you still lying, talking about you got put out the group and all that. You didn't get put out of that group. You walked out of the group. You said you didn't want to be in the group no more because you was doing your solo project. So you still lying. You not taking accountability. Nothing.
Those are my exact thoughts.
We'll talk about the residuals. Girl.
And that's because that's the name.
Yeah, like you ain't about to do none of that. But like she said, if she's about to come out with something, that was a genius to do that because you still didn't take accountability or nothing. And I seen they asked Candy today too.
Oh,
how did she feel about it? And Candy said the same thing. She was like, well, she didn't say nothing about accountability. She just said she was never kicked out of the group. Like she wanted to do her own thing. And I was like, that's the same thing I said. Everybody who watched the reality show know that she wasn't kicked out of that group.
Right.
And if I was them, I would not let her come back. I don't care if she really did apologize. I would not let her come back. Like you're not about to do this again and play in our face and then want to do a solo deal and then it don't go through and then you want to come back. Like, no, she would never be able to come back. And then remember when they tried to change the name, she was trying to get, like, she was doing all kind of stuff. Ain't no coming back from all the stuff she did. Like, we can reconcile with you and be cool, but you ain't no
coming back. You can't ever be cool.
And I think that she thought that without her, because she was the lead singer on a lot of the songs, that they wouldn't be able to do it without her. But they've been touring ever since you left. They've been touring. Your sister been doing your part, and they've been fine.
You could have the most beautiful voice in the world, but your soul is tarnished. You came out with a whole gospel CD and people made you believe, well, you are the best singer. You are the best one. Everybody gonna flock to you. It flopped. It
I think,
flopped
and
and
the
it's
reason
gonna
why it
keep
flopped is
flopping.
the reason why it flopped is because how it happened. If she wouldn't have came on, if she should have played her cards right, she should have went on that reality show and act right and everything, and then at the end said, "Oh, I'm gonna do a solo gospel thing," and I think it would have went better than that. But you were acting like a whole demon. Ain't nobody about
You
to
should
listen
have
to
told
no
them that
gospel thing.
before you came on the show.
Yeah,
You do not ride on the back of people to get where you are trying to go by yourself yet again and leverage that. You don't start something up only to be starting it up really for yourself
yep,
because you know that you're in your soul, you know that you're not strong enough by yourself. You're not. Nobody is really that strong by themselves. You need your team, your people that are there for you. How many times you didn't just try to leave the group, you left it in a very nasty way. You tried to take Candy out. You had your sister lying for her. You did all of this shit. And then you came back out as a full adult, now knowing and should have learned by now. And you came back worse than before. And
right.
because Escape was doing well, your head blew up in 5.2 seconds as if you was the one that people was coming to see. Girl, you wasn't the one people was coming to see. Otherwise, your solo career would have been picked up in all these 15 years.
Right.
That literally makes no sense. I would never talk to her again if I
No,
was those other girls.
you could
Her
not come.
sister, I probably wouldn't as a sister as well. And my mama.
As a sister, I think we can reconcile, but it would never be the same. But there's no reason for us to still have bad blood. My mom, I think
Oh,
it
we
was
absolutely would. All of those years you did all of that stuff, you showed me you are a demon. You took money out of
oh yeah,
my
that's what
child's
I'm
mouth.
saying. We
You
could reconcile, but
disrespected me in front of my child.
we
Not
would
me.
never be the same again. Like we would
We
never
would
be
never
the same.
speak again. That's no. Mm-mm.
I don't
Because
know.
she still kept talking after. Rose, she didn't just do one thing. You went to hell on that girl. Like that girl did something to you. That's what make it even worse. I could see if it was like they both
I
did
probably gotta watch
something.
it. I probably gotta watch it again and see.
No,
But
you got to watch the interviews she did of when she was going on different shows and her husband on
oh
Tasha
yeah,
K.
okay, never watched none of the interviews.
Oh, she did a lot of them. They went on a lot of different ones. And that's how her sister ended up having to say, after she already apologized to Candy privately and came out and said it, she was like, if you would lie about Candy doing this with Jermaine Dupri, what else would you lie about? Her sister was the one going on different radio stations and saying that and doing interviews. Her sister kept doing interviews, not her and not the group. They started after her. Girl, we can't go nowhere. You showed me that you have no boundaries.
And the mom though too. The mom, I think I would, but I
Yes.
still think I would be more hurt with the mom. Like you're my
Oh,
mom.
absolutely.
Siblings get into it all the time, even though it's some don't be as bad as this. Siblings get into it all the time. But a mom, for you to take sides, like that's very hurtful.
And still to this day,
Mm-hmm.
you just saw your daughter at a family event and you embarrassed her in front of everybody. Ain't y'all embarrassed that girl enough? She's the odd one out.
Girl, I'll probably be ready to fight them.
That's why I'm saying I couldn't see you as my sister again because you showed me that you're not my sister. You showed me that you was using me that whole time, doing all the different things that I had to confess about. And then I didn't even drag you down with me. And then when I find out you take my money, but my child was in college at that time and I could have used the money at that time, but you instead took it for you. Then you allowed your husband to talk about me, and threaten me with my sex tape. Don't forget
Oh
that.
yeah, I forgot
Like,
about it.
it's so
Yeah,
many things. Y'all tried
I
to
forgot
take that
about
girl
all of
to
that.
hell.
I'm
She
just
could
thinking
have
about
committed
her saying, yeah.
unaliving the way that stuff was coming back to back from your own sister. Nah, ain't no coming back from that. Cause you don't love me. You couldn't love me doing those everything.
Mhm.
It's a no for me.
I forgot about all that. Yeah.
That's why I was like, nah, that
You
ain't
can
no.
still, she can still apologize and I can accept it, but that don't mean I got to deal with you. Because you can accept it and move on, because if you still holding on to all that bitterness and stuff too, it's still eating at you. So you can apologize to me and I genuinely be like, okay, I accept your apology, but I'm not fucking with you no more. But I accept your apology.
I don't believe she's capable of giving a genuine apology.
I don't think she can either.
So that's why I said I wouldn't lie and say I forgive you. And I love that they was able to get her on the radio show to get her response. And it wasn't no, oh my gosh, I just loved it so much. That's a real life response. No, that wasn't for me. No, I don't feel that.
Yeah.
No.
Anybody can see that wasn't for her. That's why I said she didn't apologize at all.
No.
She just
no. And talking about people going for her in the comments and all of that. Girl, you got bigger fish to fry because your sister way more got said about her through your own lips. And you talking about comments, but you're not talking about the bad things you did. You shouldn't have did that. And and you're still lying. To your point, girl, you didn't get put out the group.
That's why I'm like, when I heard it, I'm like, girl, you still just out here lying.
They just told you that was going to be your last time being able to walk away. They told you that they wanted it in writing for sure. Make sure that's what you want to do, because you're doing this shit in the middle of a contract that y'all signed for tour dates for that show and everything. You literally broke two contracts, because now on the show, you only on the show for yourself, not for Escape. And then remember, they had more tour dates where she was supposed to come. And before that, before they even knew why she was acting up or whatever, she would hit and miss and come. Left her sister in she didn't have a car and left her. She
left her in Las Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh my God. Exactly, wrote, not Rhonda. The apology is for you. That's my godmom's name. She do it to y'all all the time.
I'm like, it's okay. I'm used to that.
But that's for real. My godmom's name, her best friend. So she do it all the time. The apology is for me if it's real. I'm sorry. I don't believe in that Black folks slave mentality. Tell no more. I'm sorry. I just don't, because that's also going to make me a liar. If I don't accept it, I have the right to say, I don't believe you and I don't accept it. If I do accept it, I would never, let me say this for me. Even if I'm not going to fuck with you no more, if I believed that you were sorry, then I'm never going to turn you away, because that's not nice. Why would I want to hurt you? If you literally, are coming to me saying, I'm sorry for what I did, it was wrong, of course I'm going to tell you I forgive you. That's not nice. I don't want to hurt nobody. But I'm also not going to lie to make you feel better either, because now then I got to carry that. And that's not for me now, because now I'm going to have a chip on my shoulder. Like, if you just go on thinking everything is okay, but I'm now the one, you just transferred the energy back to me, basically. I can't do that. Not after all that shit. You're not finna say this shit in no song after you done did all of that. The accepting the apology is for you.
For you. That's why I said I would accept the apology, but I'm still not fucking with you after that. You can accept the apology if it's, like you said, a real apology.
Right.
I accept it, but I still ain't dealing with you no more. But I can accept it and move on, because it's no reason for me to be holding on to anger and stuff and all that.
Absolutely. And let's keep it a buck too. It's some people that's not even waiting for an apology. So it's reasons why I don't like these sayings. It's people I don't fuck with and I don't think about them.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what you're doing. And I want the best for you. I do. But am I sitting here waiting for you to be my friend again or my sister again or talk to me? Let's be very clear. I'm not. And I wish you the best. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. But no, I probably won't be accepting your 30-second apology for the same thing. And I have a right to do that as a Christian, as a woman, as a sister, as a daughter, as a wife, any of those things. You don't have to accept somebody's apology 87 times.
No,
you don't. People don't have the right to hurt you and then tell you, well, God said, baby, I healed already. Okay. So you keep that to you. You have it on your brain because God was working on you all of this time. Now you find the apology actually is sometimes for the person apologizing. Let's just keep that a buck too. Now that's the real tea. No, I don't want no apology if it's not sincere, because that makes it worse. Like, look at what it did. Now, now we got to start talking about your ass again. They ain't said nothing about her giving nice concerts. I know they are because Kai took one for me for my birthday. The show looks very nice. You don't hear no drama. It looked like they getting along. They be on each other's shows. It looks very nice.
Yeah,
why?
She thought that with her leaving, she thought they wasn't gonna be able to do it. And it proved her wrong. Like, your sister is singing your part. You forgot. Y'all both know how to sing.
Right. And they're getting along and everything is going great. You know they got to be getting along because remember, Candy at first was like, I'll do a couple, but I'm tired. I don't want to. She keep extending it. Now they getting what they probably really wanted the whole time. I wouldn't do business with her.
She wouldn't be able to come back to Escape.
I couldn't. Q was saying, what about, he was like, she do have vested interest. So maybe a little, he was like, they'd be a damn fool to let her back in. But he was like, maybe like when you hit 30 year, you know how you do like what Jagged Edge is doing, right? Like an anniversary tour. He was like, maybe you could do something like that in your own hometown and she can, grace the stage, but to allow her to be on anything other than one isolated thing.
You walked away. No, she wouldn't even be able to do that.
I think she signed over? It's something she had to sign because Candy was like, I'm not continuing if they was like, this is going to be the last time that you could walk away like this because you did this before. So no. And they said that's when it came out that they had a trademark to the name without their name on it.
Yeah, and the sister had been paying on it and all that.
Yeah. And she was like, we should put their name right. And she should put their name or whatever. Girl, we get it. Okay. But yes, I wouldn't do it. And in honor of Black History Month, I'm glad that came up because that is something that we need to teach our children as well. That is a brainwashed slave mentality. Blood is thicker than water. They both liquid and they both run. Okay. They both run. They're both liquid. Blood is thicker than water. I didn't choose blood. I chose my water. That's real tea too. You didn't choose your family. Okay. You're in a family full of serial killers. You're just supposed to keep, well, that's my family. No, you don't. If you don't like Uncle Billy, you don't have to like Uncle Billy. Skylar and Kiera didn't have to like nobody. They're respectful. Now that's different. We didn't just raise them to do whatever. But what I'm saying is none of that. Go hug this person. Go kiss that person. Or you should forgive this person. No. How do you feel? Because how you feel is important. Okay. That's just how I feel. Let's unbrainwash our children. So that'll take the place of Black History Month as well. Now on to this damn Jennifer. I know you can't wait, huh? Let's see. So let's see. At the head of everything for me with Jennifer is girl. The reason why it's dangerously, you like danger. You look like a prissy Barbie and behave so. I don't do that. I'm not ghetto like that. You right. You not. But this husband is a scammer, and the one before that is in jail for unaliving his own nephew after he stalked you and made up stories about you. That's tea. Let's start with the Sweetie Pies one. Oh, yeah. Let's start with the Sweetie Pies one so you can see some of the stuff she went through with the little crazy man, Tim Norman. Sweetie Pies, that's crazy to unalive your own nephew for $250. I mean, I wouldn't do it for any amount, just to be clear.
Yeah, for that little bit of amount, like
right. The way y'all making money and you did it for $250.
I was about to say y'all probably made that in a year at probably more than that at y'all restaurant. So
and then have the nerve to help them look for him. After that, Miss Sweetie Pie didn't even want to do nothing no more. And how could you blame her? Can you imagine how that hurt her heart?
Yeah, you lost your grandson and your son.
In the eyes of everybody. Because they had a show at that point, guys. They had more than one restaurant at that point. I don't understand. Okay, Here we go. First clip.
James Tim Norman from Sweetie Pies filed a restraining order against Jennifer Williams, formerly of Basketball Wives. And he says that he was driving around Sunday afternoon in LA when he spotted Jennifer tailing him. According to the documents, Tim parked at home, and an hour later when he went outside, 2 of his tires were slashed. So allegedly, Jennifer was tailgating him, followed him to his home and slashed his tires. I personally just don't believe it. Jennifer also has denied these allegations. She put on her Instagram, "I'm dealing with a real-life psycho that I have not seen in 3 months. I don't know if he's trying to boost ratings for his show or what his agenda is. Imagine me slashing tires. Imagine Tim moving quickly. Please leave me alone and stop fabricating lies." Honestly, I can't see Jennifer slashing somebody's tires. You know, she comes across as very bougie on Basketball Wives, and on the Next 15, she was just very bougie, and I just can't see her doing that. I don't believe that it was her tailgating him. I don't believe she slashed his tires. That's just my personal opinion of watching this play out on social media and their television personalities. That's my conclusion. I believe he is paranoid, and he might think that he saw her following him, but I don't think it was really her following him. And if he wants distance, I believe he can have that distance if he would just leave her alone.
Do y'all remember how much she was back and forth in court with him because he was filing stuff on her and saying that she was following him and all of that stuff?
I never keep up with all that stuff
Oh,
because I never
yeah.
watched Sweetie Pie, so I
It
didn't.
was in the news a lot.
I know, but I didn't ever keep up with it because I didn't really know who that man was because I didn't watch the
Oh,
reality show. So I asked
oh,
Shatia because Shatia watched it all the time. I didn't ever watch it. I just know Jennifer from Basketball Wives, but I didn't know that man.
oh, okay. Well, yes, he was even fabricating stuff about her to try to like ruin her character. I think he was really mad at her for not wanting to move forward. But the reason why she didn't want to move forward is what you will hear in the next clip. So let's play it now. She has a phenomenal choice of men.
For real.
One of your exes that I did meet and have dinner with at Mr. Child was Tim Norman.
Not the murderer, honey.
It was in the news that he was stalking you. It was a very bad breakup. Then we heard that put a bid on his nephew to get murdered, and now he's in jail.
I saw a side of him that was crazy. I never in a million years would have thought he would put a hit out on his nephew. Now, I had gone to St. Louis. He had walked me down the street where the nephew was killed. When everything comes out, I'm like, wait a minute. I remember him taking me to this street where the nephew got murdered. I definitely saw a crazy side of him. One time we were in Pink Taco in LA, and there were some guys at the table next to us. The guy says something, and he's like, why do you keep looking, or something along those lines? And the guy's like, oh, no, you guys look familiar or whatever. Next thing I know, he takes his forearm and literally like goes like this, and all the dishes, the glass, everything, like basically is about to flip the table. And he's like, I told you to stop looking over here, something. And I was mortified. Get in the car, I'm super nervous. And so he's like, it's all your fault. You kept looking at him. And I was just like, what?
No, that was good that she left when she did.
It was. So she literally left before the evidence started to point at him. But I wonder if he started acting like that because you know how when you do something bad,
That's exactly, I was just about to say that. If that had already happened with the nephew,
it did.
Yeah, that's probably why he was feeling like if people watching him and all stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, how would anybody know that you had anything to do with that? That's just a guilty conscience.
Right. Guilty conscience. That's what I was looking for. Yes, it was guilty conscience. So, y'all, right after she dates him and gets away from him, she then goes on to date the scammer. She already knew in advance that this scammer had a case, but the case wasn't associated with scamming, but it was in the news and people was talking about it already, that the business he was doing was dirty business, and people started to complain already. So she didn't, the case that they settled before, yes, because they had to go to court. Y'all together, y'all go to court together. The judge made him do a week in prison, go to their wedding, and then come back and finish the other week. And she still proceeded to marry this man. It was for holding somebody against their will. A woman who apparently wanted to leave, and he didn't want the woman to leave. That's what that case was for. Now he has a RICO charge. The wedding wasn't a year ago. Let's hear. We'll do this one first. Let's hear what she told Angela Yee. Here we go.
Let's get into some Yee tea. Oh man, Jennifer and her fiance Christian have done Carlos King's podcast.
Hey.
And she talked about a lot of different things because, look, at the end of the day, they're getting married because there's been different videos and different people talking about him being a scammer and is she getting scammed again? What was going on in his past? And here's what she had to say about learning from her mistakes.
People are very concerned that you are in a relationship where you are about to get scammed again.
I have common sense and I have discernment and I have learned from these mistakes that I've made.
Like I seen that from miles away when she first got with him.
Y'all, everybody saw it. Her
Except
wedding.
I said, I don't understand what it was. Like, did he tell you had to marry him or something? Like, because it didn't take a genius to see that. And then the RICO charges are only for $150,000. Like, I know that that wedding costs more than that. $150,000. Y'all spent. I know y'all spent.
But he don't have that money to give back, and he was lying and saying he didn't do that. But he underhandedly made a deal with people to.
Yeah, I listened to that thing today with that lawyer.
So then let's play the clip so everybody else can know what we're talking about. Perfect. Let's play the clip. Here we go.
Cedino gave him $500. We're going to listen to all the amounts. Then S. Cedino gave $2,100 via Zelle and Apple Pay. Then you've got a Mendoza defendant who gave him $4,100 via Zelle and Apple Pay. Again, these are clues. We know it now. We're not victim shaming here, but we're talking about the facts. Next victim, Sevilla, gave $2,800. Holiday, Miss Holiday gave him $7,600. Alteria Ray, the Rays gave $15,250. Now, if anyone got paid back any component, this is not referring to anything that they've been paid back. This is balances due. All right. Another defendant, Edward, gave $8,000 via Apple Pay, Zelle, in person, and via cash. Victim Lachey, $7,332 via Cash App, Apple Pay, and Bitcoin. Here's why that's important. This is how the feds are going to be able to pull in wire fraud. Stay with me. Sign me up. Sign me up. I got the paperwork. He did everything, got settlement agreements executed, and didn't pay nobody their money. No one that I'm aware of. But what he did do is that money, he then put it towards Jennifer and his wedding, and that goddamn suit, that little glittery suit. You know, he likes to wear glitter. And defendant ultimately ceased contact with the plaintiffs and never repaid them their initial investment, much less the amount he promised to pay them. Part of how I knew it was a Ponzi scheme, he was guaranteeing people returns of 5 to 8% per week. Guess what? You can't do that under the law because it's not something you can offer. But when you sue someone for breach of contract, you can get that.
So sorry, her connection was a little bad right there. They're saying she said he was guaranteeing people 5 to 8% return. That's what was a week, y'all. So that's what was it was a little connection problem there for her. But
I just don't understand, like, that's not a lot of money.
It is so when you broke. You got 150. I don't got 150.
I'm saying for their lifestyle, that's
who is that? She don't know that. He's doing it. He's doing
it. Even for their fairy tale lifestyle, that's not a lot of money. 150,000. Just think to those people that's doing all this. They walking around with Gucci and Herman bags and all that. $150,000 is not a lot. They got married in Paris, France,
and she paid for it.
Okay, well, they were saying she was saying he was paying for what? What was he paying for?
She lied, child. He was paying for that.
But still, okay, if Jennifer did pay for it, still, even if Jennifer paid for everything, how long do you think 150,000 is going to last for him?
So we have a better question. It's not just 150. Those are just the people that have come forward.
Oh, okay. That's why I was like, when I was reading that, I'm like, that is not a lot of money for.
No, there's others.
They kind of lifestyle that they live in. I thought when I seen it, it was gonna be like in the millions. I thought it was gonna be like that.
So one of the lawyers that was talking before that knew additional people said it is a whole lot of money. Now, here's the thing, like she caught out one thing. This will not list people that have been paid back. Right. So maybe he dealt with people that, might have threatened to break his arm or something like that. And he made sure he paid them people back. And then some people were paid back, with a Ponzi scheme, people that bring in money today, you paid the people that gave money at the beginning. So remember, it don't include everybody. It only includes some people
that didn't. That's why I was like, for 150,000, like you about to go to jail for that, and I know y'all could spend that up in probably a couple of days. The way the lifestyle that you used to seeing Jennifer live and all that. That's why I was like, that's it. But the way them people was giving him the money, that was a red flag. Like I would never think that I would be Zelling or Cash Apping somebody if I'm investing with them. Like that's not the way that you do things. Like.
And you paying with Bitcoin, all that other stuff. He's gonna go to jail. You guys heard also naming every time somebody paid, every time they paid, that's a separate wire charge. That's how that one girl ended up having, because it reminded me earlier, that's how that one girl ended up having 42 charges, because if I pay Ro 4 times, different wire or Zelle, Cash App, or Zelle. Every time that went through Zelle, that's a separate charge that is going to come against him. He's going to be in trouble. He's in trouble. You should have just paid them people back and kept that shit, because way before he got married, just because they was together, people started to say stuff, because I'm sure they was thinking the same thing. You funding her lifestyle, you buying her purse, you doing this for her, but you can't give me my money back. And just look at amounts like $500. You really didn't give somebody back their $500.
Right.
Like that's asinine. That's really crazy. And it's really disrespectful. But like the lawyer was saying, if you want to go watch the whole thing, you can. When you're a victim of a scam, they know that like a $500 is going to cost more to go fight. But something like this, they came together, got smart and came together and went against him. Now you got a whole fucking RICO, fool, because you just, God don't like ugly. That's not right. I know for sure, because I watched other lawyers say it before they got married, well before they got married. I don't even think he had proposed yet. And they was telling her to get away from him. And she wasn't listening. And they was showing on the other lawyer shows that he owed them money. And so one of the people actually I think Tasha K had one of the people on. It was a Caucasian lady. I think it was Tasha K that had a Caucasian lady on that gave him several $1,000s as well. She was on the show because she was saying she was gonna file. She might be included in that number, in those numbers. It might be one of those, might be her name, but real people was coming out. I don't understand, Jennifer.
What it is that you so hell bent over being in love. Like I said earlier, I understand people wanting to be in love, but when you just keep on doing stupid stuff, like you don't have a good track record at all. Even when you was married to your husband, he was a
The lawyer, did you hear the lawyer lady when she said at a certain point, if they pull Jennifer in, she would have to make a decision?
Yeah, because because they said once you get married, if any of that money went into a joint account, or if any of those people, like he was, once you got married, they were like, oh, send it to my wife.
Or if they want to press the fact that you should have known or anything like that, she's either gonna have to lay it all out and talk, or she's gonna be implicated.
Girl, she better talk. I can't see.
I sing like a bird.
I can't even see Jennifer being a ride or die like that. Jennifer is not about to go to nobody jail. She's gonna tell.
That's more than ride or die. That's stupid.
Yeah, no, I'm
like you've been together years and
years. They said a ride or die. I can't see her being no ride or die. Like she's going to tell. Like she's gonna tell. Jennifer's not. She ain't built to go to jail.
As she should tell.
I would tell too. They wouldn't even have to ask me. I would be like, yeah. Or she gonna.
I wouldn't want to be married to him no more. I wouldn't trust him.
But she should have never even got married. I wonder, is it still, because they got married like at the end of the year, wasn't it? It was like November. That's what I was about to say. Let me see it, because I'm like, can't they get that annulled? It ain't been a year. How long do we have to be annulled?
Jennifer Williams get married to Christian Gold. September 2024.
Oh, okay.
Y'all, none of the cast members was there. None of her real friends that we know to be her friends was there. Like Angela Yee, I'm not mad about it, but is that really a friend? I mean, really? Nobody's in the wedding. No, nothing. Your people not supporting you, but they're not supporting you because, well, let me take that back. They are supporting you. They're supporting you by telling you that you shouldn't be doing it. That's support and love as well. They're not keeping their mouth shut and just condoning it and just coming. They didn't come. Like, girl.
And they could have easily got on flights to Paris. All of them got money to get on a flight to Paris.
They could have done it where they did it with the show, and then all of them would have got also paid. It would have been a write-off. It would have been all of that. Every other wedding that's happening all on the other reality shows have all been televised. Most have even gotten, and she's an OG, so she technically should have got her own show.
Spinoff.
Spinoff. Like they do for all the other ones when they get married and stuff. But the network, nothing really want to touch him with a 10-foot damn pole. That's very, very clear. They don't want to touch him with a 10-foot pole. And you can see why. Nobody wants to be involved in that. Nobody wants to be recorded and then the FBI show up on your set and stuff. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. It's not safe. I get it. You want to be in love. You want to be with somebody. You're going to go through things when you're married. Not all of this shit happening before you get married. Those are called red flags that God is showing you. That's how I see it. But you knew that this man is involved with, do you like criminals, girl? I'm not compromising my freedom. I'm not compromising my money. I'm not compromising my credit. I'm not compromising I'm not compromising my livelihood.
At that age, I could see somebody
doing
dumb stuff like that when they're young.
Right.
But as old as you are, Jennifer, I don't know if she's over 50 or if she's in her late 40s. You're too old for that.
She's 40. Let me see the age difference, because thank you for calling that out.
30s, yeah, but I think Jennifer,
the age difference too.
Yeah, it's either she in her late 40s
She's
or
late
early
40s.
50s.
She's older than us.
I knew she was older than us, so that means she ain't that much older than us if we 45. Maybe she 48, 49.
I think somebody said 48. I think that's what was said.
For real?
Yeah, but I don't remember his age.
He in his 30s.
Yeah, 48. She was 48 last year. Just she will be 49 this year. And then he is
I'm looking right now.
30?
Is
He's
he
30
only
last
30?
year. Yeah, she was 48 last year, 30 last year.
Bro, they ain't even putting her as, they not even putting him as her spouse.
No. As far as annulment, every state has different reasons for annulment.
But if it's, but what is California's?
They got married in California. Oh, they got. How does that
But
work?
would they license be out here or would it still be out there? Wouldn't they?
I don't know how that works. What are reasons to get an not an ultrasound? Oh my God, annulment.
Oh, and they said she worth 25 million.
Oh, excuse me. Look at the first reason. Fraud. One spouse lied about something important to the marriage, such as their ability to have children or their sanity. But fraud is the top one. Fraud, bigamy, incest, lack of consent. One or both was tricked or forced, so arranged marriage. Underage, mental incapacity, lack of relations, lack of sex. You can get an annulment for lack of sex.
18 years gap. That's what you said. 18
Did
years.
you get it? Did you know that you could get a annulment for lack of sex?
Well, I ain't even surprised nowadays.
Lack of sex.
So they had 18-year gap, so 48 and 30. Yeah, she was out of pocket for that because literally even
the age gap is too big too.
Yeah, even me being 45, I would not mess with nobody that's 30. Like it's still too big of a gap. Like
an older man is different than a younger woman.
Yeah. That's too much of a gap. I think
number one, their maturity is lacking. That's number one. Number two, if that man does not have children, I don't think that you should marry him if you're older because
they
a woman,
children,
right? Or hurry up. You have to get checked, get your eggs checked, and all of that, and freeze them and do all of that to make sure that he could still have his child. Because my uncle was 60 something, I think, when he had his last child.
I wish she would have had children for him since she didn't have none her own self. See, I didn't watch basketball.
I didn't watch them like that. I actually can't. She gets on my nerves.
I've been stopped watching basketball.
It was hard to watch that. It was hard to watch her just not listening to nobody.
It's just hard to watch basketball wives in general. Like I was tired of watching Black women fight and throw drinks at each other and all that. So I could have stood watching Jennifer and all that because that's just like reality. But just to see everybody fighting and cussing and doing that every week, I don't like that. Like y'all got too much. Y'all have too much money to be doing that. Like, girl, I'd rather be out on the island somewhere drinking than arguing and fighting. So that's why I didn't watch it.
And that's what Jennifer be saying too. She'd be like, we live such a nice life to be always just arguing and bickering and I couldn't I agree with her 100% on that. Like, we don't got nothing else we want to show these people than just going back and forth and always talking about people. And when somebody show up, you want to address them at a nice event and acting a fool in public. And so one would not believe that she would choose differently for the safety of her life.
Right.
I'm all for the notion that when you're in love, not that you look over things, you work through things. There are certain things that you actually come out of and you learn a lesson and they build character and they do all of those things and you can forgive. They're all of those things. I don't agree with the things that are unsafe for you. Like the first one, I don't, how would you, if you could turn around and make the comment, that smart comment in her video or her response, first imagine me slitting tires and imagine him running somewhere. You're inadvertently talking about him being fat. So then how did you date him? Because I never saw how you were attracted. Yes, Zero, you don't catch this kind of shit. Exactly. You don't catch the my tires is tired type shit. I do because I'm fat. That's exactly what she said.
I did not catch that. Oh my gosh.
Yes,
I
that's
heard her
what she
say it,
said.
but it went right over my head.
Yes, that's what she was talking about. So that goes to back to what I thought.
He is bigger, and you know they used to be calling him.
But I go back to that from the very height of it all. You only wanted to date him because of his status, because you were not attracted to that man. And look at you.
Just think, I don't think that she has a type. It depends on what kind of. Let's go back to her husband. That man was ugly as hell.
She likes money. That's her type.
That's what I'm saying. It has.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. It's all wrong. You talked about your first husband. You talk about this one being fat. You didn't like him when you was with him, and now look at how that turned on you. You probably had.
Well, maybe she liked this one.
She liked the fact that she thought he had money, he was young, and he looks good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This one was actually nice looking.
And that's all that she liked. She was still all vanity reasons. You liked him because he could buy you things. You liked him because he chased you a little bit. And he was younger, so it kind of fed your ego. I like it.
Well, she maybe was able to have sex better too.
And she said that too.
Yeah, I was about to say it probably was that too. Just think with you. So
none of those are reasons to marry Jennifer.
No, it's not a good reason. She should have just dated him. Like she
yes. At least waited till all the cases
were
done. A lot of
women at that age, the men can't satisfy them. So you just think you not lucking up because most young men now be wanting older women, but you able to deal with, like, she was just that was supposed to be her little play toy.
But somebody brought up the fact that her skin tone played a role and her age. To your point, and you said it, she lucked up. In her brain, and a part of her, you felt like you were lucky to have him because of how he looked on your arm. Somebody that back in our day would have been out of scope for you. I think
why? She's pretty to me. Jennifer,
nobody said she's not pretty, but you also
why
said
would you think that he would be out of her scope if they were the same age? Why do you think he would be out of her scope?
Back in our day?
Mm-hmm.
Because of her skin tone.
She ain't really dark skinned to me.
She's dark. I'm dark. If one of my boyfriends, Damon, the one that I tell you guys about that went to school to be a doctor, he was very, very light, and people had stuff to say about me. Besides the fact that I was plus size, was also that I was brown. I don't even like light skinned guys. He's the only light skinned guy I ever dated. They're attracted to me, but yeah.
I guess after a certain color, everybody dark skinned because
that's what I'm trying. Yeah, we're all dark for certain people, but that's stupid.
To me, everybody is not dark skinned. Like, to me, you're
because
brown skin. Yeah, like you're brown skin. To me, Jennifer is brown skin. Like, she's not dark skin.
But that's what people were saying. So again, but we have sense, but society do not. Yeah. And it was people that was saying mean things.
No, it makes sense in this society, yeah, because if you ain't another race, then you dark.
If you're not mixed with curly hair, like you could even be mixed with you on the browner side, they still don't treat you like if you was on the middle side.
Don't even matter no more. Light skin with curly hair, you have to be a whole nother race now. Think about it. You have to be a whole nother race. The light skin curly hair don't even matter no more. They can slip in, but they want a whole nother race where they calling them exotic and all that.
They do, because there's so many light-skinned girls now.
Yeah, they not considered.
It's not exotic no more.
Yeah, it's a whole nother race that's exotic. So I can see now a little bit what they're saying, but she ain't dark skinned to me.
Not at all. Irregardless, the point is that she picks men.
Yeah, she has a bad
money at the top, but she's even said it herself a lot of times about money. She looks too much at money. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. She is in a different class. But if you in that different class, keep going to functions and things like we talked about.
Class, yeah.
Yes. Like we talked about in the other show for the girl that's really, really smart. I think that you have to be very careful because look at Kendra. You got wrapped up in your African man, tall, dark, handsome. He flew me out. He treated me like a princess. That man got 20-something alias and he's a real, for real scam artist. Like we're going to talk about that on the next show. Yeesh. Like, listen, ladies. I didn't want to marry my husband at first. I told my husband he was not my type. And I loved him so much, but he was not my type because I expected this, and this. And then I got to thinking about it and I said, I don't even like that. I actually like him. He's so nice. He's handsome. He's this to me. He's that to me. And I checked myself. And now look at me, dysfunctionally happy ever after. Point being, some things you think you need because you have these preset things in your head, but it will make you skip over the things you should see, good and bad. I'm grateful that somebody reeled me and it was like, you really like him. I haven't seen you like somebody like that in a while. I have become so used to him being so nice and this and that it didn't stick out for me anymore. And sometimes you need to remind yourself of those things. So that's one side. But then the other side is if you're not paying attention also because you're clouded by all the nice things that are happening, you don't notice that they doing certain things that's right there in front of you and you don't see them and it could get you hurt. You can't do that. You just can't. That's what it's two sides, right? You have to be careful. It's sad because I can't believe how many famous people are getting scammed and stuff. Like, if I had the money like that, I would do a full background check.
Yeah, you got too much. Right. You can do so much more than a regular person.
Right. Rent free. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to bother your finances at all. You could literally have somebody PI, private investigate. And at this point, it's a little scary for me with Jennifer. Reason why I'm talking about it again, because we talked about it before. And I was like, no, she going to do what she going to do. But, girl, if this circle back around when y'all get married, she actually might have to get an annulment. Otherwise, the finances could come from her.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about that. But the reason why it's getting scary for me with her is she's like that friend that scares the shit out of you because they keep going on one night stands or, girl, this almost happened. And you like, you gonna keep going until it do happen? Like, after dating this other dude that I showed you about first, and you dated this one right after, where the fuck was your antennas, homegirl?
Right. And you saying that they there. Like, girl, was they invisible?
Everybody telling you. Your basketball wives, homegirls telling you. Carlos had you on the show. You came back on the show with your boyfriend and Carlos. You did a fiance. You did not re-listen to it because had you re-listened to it, you'd have saw all over that boy's face every time he was uncomfortable with an answer or you kind of answered it for him or he told you basically to shut up because he wanted to give the lie answer. If you would have watched it over, oh, girl, you in trouble. I feel like the girl on Ghost. Girl, you in trouble. I would get an annulment and get the hell away from him.
For real.
Because if he held that other girl when she wanted to leave, and you got all that money and the fame and the beauty and the attention, and that's what he's feeding off of and loving, and y'all got y'all YouTube show and everything like that. If you try to walk away from him on your own, he strikes me as the type of person that will hurt her.
Yep.
I pray it don't. But I just see it in his eyes, bro. He don't look.
She better get like Portia and be gone.
Yeah. And look at what Simon did to her. He
Right.
still won't leave her alone.
Well, he leaving her alone now. Shit, ISIS got him.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I just saw it last week that
Yeah,
she had to go.
got him at the end of last week. I think like on Friday, last Friday.
That's crazy because they was just in court at the beginning of the week because he literally wouldn't leave her alone, y'all. She was trying to make it where he could stop talking about her or whatever.
Got him. They got him.
So I said, since you're not going to listen to us and you're not even supposed to be here and you keep harassing our good American princess and you can't find nothing else better to do with your time, we're going to go ahead and take you. I couldn't understand after being in trouble for what he was being in trouble for why he keep
I didn't get it either. I was surprised. I was like, why would he be doing all this stuff and he know that he's not here legally? Like
that's basically a cyber bully.
Yeah, I just thought once you get married that you able, like, you here now, like you're legal. But then I was like, well, he would have been legal when he got married to that other girl, Fallon. So I was like, but yeah, they got him. So, but
and if you don't fill out your paperwork correctly, you filled it out.
They had said that they had denied him because all the fraudulent and stuff that he had did before. But like I was saying, if I was Jennifer, I would be getting a divorce fast and would not. I don't think Portia's wasn't able to be a no because it was 18 months.
No, Jennifer.
18 months. At least Jennifer.
No, you said Jennifer get an annulment, right?
Oh yeah, Jennifer needs to get an annulment, but leave him alone like how Portia did. Like, girl.
The thing that's interesting is when you dealing with somebody like that, I hear Ike Turner in my head. Well, where I'm gonna go? Well, what I'm gonna do? I can't go back. We'll go live with your mom. I can't live with my mom. They get stuck up. They don't want to. She's gonna need help. She's gonna need somebody to come. Like
that's what I'm saying. She needs to hurry up and do it now.
Yeah, but I mean to even get him out the house. How she
gonna for my life or something? She would have to go. Like y'all can come pick him up right now. Because if she don't, I'm pretty sure he already in her ear saying to pay for his lawyers and all kind of stuff. And she's so stupid, she probably gonna do it. I forgot to look at her comments and stuff today, but I wasn't really on social media because I sure would have been all in her comments to see what is people saying to her.
Bro, I be banking on you doing that.
I know. It was just today I was not on social media. I had seen one thing that had pissed me off and I got off.
Okay.
A lot of that political stuff is pissing me off. So if one thing I seen today really pissed me off and I just got off for the rest of the day. Like I wasn't on it a lot. I was like, I can't do it because
I think that's good. That's very mature of you and that's very healthy and it's good for your mental health too.
Yeah, so I got off. But other than that, I would have been all up in Jennifer's on her page and on his.
Well, we will report back on Tuesday and tell you that's going to be the hot topic, what the people were saying in the comments, because I want to know.
Because I
want to know if she defended him and stuff like that. That's what I want to know.
If I was her, I would probably turn off my comments.
If I was her, I would go incognito. That's what I would do. I would call the FBI and tell them I needed what's that called?
Protective custody.
Because I don't think he's gonna leave that lifestyle. He's not. Listen, we just talked about this on Tuesday. It's it's not safe. Because if you don't be around somebody like-minded, just like Erica, it don't just be the man. And we watched Erica Mena jump over Safari's thing, try to break in his house. She won't leave that man alone or let him have peace. So it be both sides. And I believe it's because she truly loved him and she wanted to have nobody waits that long to have children, number one, and actually marry somebody and not want it. In the heart of hearts, she wanted to be married. But Safari played with her a little bit, but kind of didn't because he was good. And then she was burning up stuff when she was pregnant. Point is, take your time and get married. Take your time. That way you at least know you want to do life with that person.
Mm-hmm.
And by all means, if you have the money, start doing some background checks or Google type or something. But in her case, child, she had enough people trying to tell her. Real life attorneys doing
at her comments nowadays. She must be deleting the comments because it ain't no bad comments at all.
Oh, she's deleting them for sure.
Yeah, ain't no bad comments at all.
So she still don't want to hear what nobody got to say.
She deleted it.
You know, if she wants to live in criminal bliss, that is her right. That is her right. Ain't nothing worse than somebody trying to shove something down somebody's throat when they don't want to hear it. You make it worse, and that's her page. She has a right to do that. Mm-hmm. I don't think she's stupid. I feel sorry for her. I think she's damaged. I think that I don't know what's wrong, but I think that it's very scary, and she needs prayer, really, because I'm really afraid for her. But that is the show for tonight. I hope you have a great weekend plan, and I hope you do not skip past red flags like this.
And make sure tomorrow, you guys, no shopping.
That's right. No shopping. So I did all of my shopping. I went to the store and got everything that I needed to get, even my water, even my medicine. I won't even be going to UPS. Nothing.
Tomorrow. Nothing tomorrow, everybody, unless it's Black owned.
Unless it's Black owned, in which case I don't exactly agree with even doing that, because we have to show what it looks like when we don't.
When we don't. Yes.
And that's still connected in some type of way. So I think that we should just not altogether for one day. They could take a stand for that day as well. Mm-hmm. Okay. That don't mean their sales go up for that day. No, you're in it with us. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed the show. Please come back on Tuesday at 8 and we will have new topics then. Like, share, and subscribe on your way out. Thank you. Good night.
Let's get into some Yee tea. Oh man, Jennifer and her fiance.